Today we are going to design a big case. It's going to be a full set of veneers and 2 crowns. In this case we have a pre-op, and I'll be sharing with you guys a photo of the finished ceramics. And if this video reaches 500 likes, I'll be making a video on how to finish the Emax ceramic veneers by hand. Welcome guys, today we are going to design from molar to premolar. It's going to be a full mouth of veneers and 2 crowns. For this case we only have a pre-op to follow. We have no pictures. We're gonna follow roughly the pre-op and we're gonna try to improve on it. Shapes and everything we can. So now I'm just gonna set up the margins and I'll be back soon. When setting up the margins for premolar, sometimes they are prepped a bit towards the occlusal, so always check where is the contact and place the margin all around. Definitely we cannot get this part to be part of the veneer. We need to mark it around the contact. Try always to set the best path of insertion. Minimize undercuts like this one, something like that, but I prefer to have the margin well defined and secure rather than having a small undercut there is not as important as having like the margin well protected. For this case, I'm gonna pick another library because the generic one is just too bad. I don't like it, and it will be too much work to try to match to this type of morphology. I'll try to pick the most resembling library to this one. So let's do that. Before we start placing them, probably it's better just to set up some viewpoints, otherwise it's going to be too much effort. So we're going to bring up the pre-op. Make sure you are seeing the model from the front, and we're going to set up the incisor length to this central. So define custom view. And now we're gonna set up an occlusal view, trying to use the same line as we use for the midline. So this line for the incisor length, this line for the midline. Use the pre-op as a reference for the buccal corridor. Follow the arch. Always make sure not to make them like too voluminous, too bulbous. whenever I want to change the dimensions of two teeth, I just select them separately, and I go to tooth placement. I select move all simultaneously. And now when I increase the size of one, the other grows at the same rate. This is actually very important if you want to maintain proportions. Otherwise, if I start changing this one, the other one, I almost certainly will not be possible to eyeball it and make it the same size. Although usually I do like the mirroring. If you want to maintain control, you should use this technique. I will be changing all this side, and then I'll be copying one by one to that side. This is the best way to have symmetry. She actually has an amazing looking molar. If I wanted to copy it, I'll be more than happy to do it. But I think it's gonna be fun with this one. But actually, sometimes it's just better to copy because this one is looking amazing. I'll just need to work on the nasal part of this one. For those who don't know, usually the first molar seen from the front looks like this, in which the distal cusp comes a bit more down than the mesial cusp and is a bit more out than the mesial. So usually it looks like this. Aesthetically, usually doing a smile design, we don't really do it like that, but we can always just make an indication very slightly of how it should really be. Something like this. I like this side now, and I'm gonna copy all of this to that side, but before that I'll just do some surface texture so it gets copied to the other side. Guys, if you find this content useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with a colleague. It will be very helpful for this channel and for me to continue doing videos like this. I also have done the ceramics for this case. I finished the veneers and this is the picture of the final job. If you guys want to see how I do it, how I do the ceramics by hand, please make this video get 500 likes. I'll make a video on how to finish Emax veneers by hand. I had to redo this one because I've positioned it wrong, and now I'm just redoing this one, but it's looking quite good now. Now I've copied everything to that side. Now I'll just do some minor adjustments, and it's almost done. Always make sure to adjust all the contacts, otherwise you might have some problems. Now usually I like to adjust the proximal contacts with minus 0.01. Make sure I have a positive contact after the crowns and the veneers are milled. do a final check with the pre-op, and I think we have a much better setup, and we have a full set of veneers and crowns to be milled.